bitch. You're listening to Gay Propaganda.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Gay Motherfucking Propaganda. This is your host, Justin Haas, and today we're here with an amazing woman. This absolutely incredible woman, piece of art, Portugal's most famous drag queen in the world, Jazmine.
You were saying that. But you keep going if you want. You keep going.
Yeah,
I love people talking about me.
Right.
I think that's the whole point of me being a drag queen, is to listen to some compliments,
Right.
And coming from you, it's always very good.
Let's
just start in that.
It is. Well, me and Jazmine are not only acquaintances, we are besties.
Well, yes.
Well, yes. I guess you can tell us a little about yourself first.
Oh, hello. As he said, I'm Jazmine. He said the most famous drag queen in Portugal, from Portugal, because I don't live there anymore.
From Portugal.
But he said that. If I say that, it's going to be a problem. So let's just give it on your mouth and not on mine. Should I say my age?
Yeah,
I want
your
them
age.
to gag.
Give
I want them to gag, so
no,
I
give
should.
them everything. Give them everything.
So yeah, I look this stunning, and I'm only 22 years old.
Can you believe it?
Open mouth. Right. Well, yes, 22 years old. We live both in New York now. I moved here a year ago, so it's a very fresh move still. And yeah, I don't want to say anything just to start. I need to keep you waiting a little bit more from me, right?
Yeah, we're gonna get into your story. Who is Jazmine? Who's the woman behind the wig?
Oh my God, the woman behind the wig.
We all want to know.
And what a gorgeous wig, by the way.
Right?
We need to say it.
Give it up for the wig, everybody? Let's give it up for the wig.
No one. Kind of scary though. This is the new hair. I'm premiering. What's a great word?
Yeah,
this hair
word
in
for
here. Right?
No, I feel honored that you are giving me that moment.
What a gorgeous hair that I'm wearing for the first time for your podcast.
Thank you. Thank you
of
for
course.
doing that. You are amazing.
Everything for you. Everything
this is
for
why
you.
I fucking love
So who
you.
is Jazmine? Well, Jazmine, I don't feel like Jazmine is a character, or there's a lot of drag queens that I see calling themselves as a third person. Is how you say it, in a third person.
Yeah, like another person, their other persona.
Kind of.
Yeah.
I don't feel Jazmine is a persona. Jazmine is me.
Okay.
I just feel a little that I can kind of do everything. I'm unbeatable. It's not the word, probably, but let's give it. It's a kind of a Wonder Woman feeling. I can do everything, and I have a boost of confidence. Yeah. But it's still the same person. I still have the same reaction. It's just I'm a little more uncomfortable with all of this going on. So I'm a little less nice. Well, but the person is here. It's not a character. It's not a persona. It's me showing all my talents together and working with them.
I mean, I don't call you by your boy name. You don't have a boy name to me. Your name is Jazmine.
Because you're American and you can say in a correct accent. That's why you don't say it, and you better don't. You're gonna offend 3 cultures saying the word that you say my boy name.
Can I say it, or is that awful?
As you can. Well, yes.
Renato.
Not bad. Not bad. Not good either, but
it's not giving what it's supposed to give.
So in Portuguese, my mother called me Renato.
Ooh.
Because we
a
use
little nasally.
We use the R. It's a little French.
Yeah.
French.
Yeah.
French people
Sounds
talk like
what
that.
I was doing last night, girl. Sounds like what I was doing last night.
And I was doing that the night before. That's how we live in New York City.
It is how we live in the Big Apple, mama.
Well, yes. But yeah, we use a lot of the R. So in here, you are a little more sweet, I think. And I was telling them this the other day that for American people and for English speakers, Portuguese is kind of all of the same. But we are very different from the Brazilian Portuguese. There's some words that are different, but they are way more sweet in their accent. So I'm gonna try to say my name in Portuguese, and how Brazilian people say it. So in Portuguese, and we are way more harsh, is Renato. In Brazilian is Renato.
Ooh, it's kind.
It's way more sweet. Portuguese people are harsh as fuck, and I think you realize that already.
Oh, girl. They are.
And yeah,
harsh.
That's it. That's my boy name.
So Portugal, you moved here. How was Portugal? So you got into drag in Portugal, right?
I started doing drag 1 year before quarantine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and you were there during quarantine, before quarantine. You grew up there.
So it's 17 years old. I started like, I think all of this, and if I didn't start like a YouTube channel, and well, since like the beginning, I always wanted to do like something. I wanted to be a teacher first when I was like 7, 8, 9 years old. And I was always very focused on my things. Like, it was crazy. I don't know how my mother like dealt with, whatever, with that. Because it was like crazy. I had like
I don't know how she deals with
like
you either,
still
girl.
money, and I was buying like 20 paper what's the word? Well, yes.
Yeah, well, yeah,
the
that
word
thing,
that you
that
have like
thing.
in schools, like the little thing, not
notebook.
books,
The notebook.
not books, but you write them.
The notebook.
Notebook, yeah. So I bought like 20, and all of them were for my. I was a teacher, and they are
The students.
the students. Oh my God, the English is gone, mama.
The English is gone.
So
today.
just for you to realize, with like 8, 9 years old, I was buying 20 notebooks, and I was like, all of this like in my head, and I was very professional. Like, yes, I'm a teacher. By 6, from 6 to 9, I need to be like in my room locked because I'm teaching like some shit. And that was I was always very focused.
Yeah.
Then I moved like, yeah, I want to be an actor. I want to be a model. I want to be a singer. I want to be everything. Like, I think at some point I just want to be famous.
Yeah, period. Me
And what? And then I started like being obsessed with TV hosts. And there's like some huge names in Portugal. They like kind of like run the television like world. They're like bigger and more famous than like actors and singers and everything in Portugal. So I wanted to be a TV host so bad that I went to some TV shows. With like 14, I had like an interview on like the most like streamed and watched television company in Portugal. And that kind of like moved me from like, oh, I really like this. It's very far away from me right now because I'm only 14.
Yep.
And everyone was like kind of expecting me like, oh, it's going to be like 18 because we are legal in Portugal and we finish everything with 18 years old. With 18 years old, he's going to go to the college. He's going to take like the communications or whatever thing and
But you
go
were
to
like-
television and work. But it was so far away, and it's like, yeah, I need to wait. Then I was like, oh, why I don't start like a YouTube channel? And that's how I started, like, I think with 14, 15 years old, I started a YouTube channel. And because of the YouTube channel, I found out about, like, Pablo Vittar is, like, a huge name in Portugal. And since, like, she collaborated with Anita, she became, like, a huge name in Portugal. And I found out about her. I did an interview with her. There was, like, 100,000 views on YouTube that kind of like changed the way that I was seeing that, and I took it way more seriously. And I think it was from there then kind of like I got a little bit like, oh, I want to do something related to drag. I like the way that she looks. I wish that I could look like her. And of course it was very far away from me at that time, but I think drag for me was like born because of Pablo. I'm not like a drag race I was not a Drag Race fan when I started. It was not like, oh, I want to be RuPaul or I want to be X Queen. I want to be Pablo Vittar. Like, there was the most famous name in Portugal. She's more famous than any person, any drag queen in Portugal, because she gets a lot of audience and different targets. And it was because of her that I started, like, basically. And
she's gorge.
She's amazing.
Like,
and at that time, I remember the day that I interviewed her, I was so obsessed. I think it was the first time that I met her. So I was so, like, nervous and shaky. And I was looking at her like, oh my God, I could never look like her. But now I do.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel interviewing you right now.
You can never look like me. Maybe one day you're going to get there.
Yeah, maybe.
Like in, I don't know, 10, 15 years with some
I just
Botox
need
and
some,
filler.
Yeah, Botox filler.
I got some. I got some. We all going to end up there. We're all going to end up there. But yeah, I remember like, as it was today, like looking at her like, this is all like so well put together. And now, like the look that she was wearing that day, they kind of like made something with me. I can do it on a basis.
Yeah. So did you start with makeup too? Like, did you start your YouTube channel with like makeup?
No, at all.
Makeup? No.
I was doing reactions. Of like music videos, Brazilian music videos, because I realized that Brazilians love to see like other people and even more people that are not Brazilians like reacting to music videos.
Were you like, yes, give
I was
it,
kind of like,
like,
yes, I love this. It was like not a lot going on in that videos, but they love to see it. And then I start like having
I bet
an
your
audience.
100 viewers loved it.
Girl, it was thousands and thousands and thousands, my baby. And that's why, like, I got a crowd, and then it's not that I didn't enjoy to do it, like, the reactions, but for me, it was very like, oh, I'm getting a crowd, and then I can do whatever I want. Right. But it was never makeup. Never.
That's crazy. I know a lot of drag queens start by, like, doing makeup.
As a makeup artist.
Yeah,
I never.
makeup artist.
I started wearing makeup because I had a lot of acne when I was, like, 12, 13, 14.
And it hasn't stopped.
Mama. I wish they could be a little more close to me because they will gag. But yeah, and then like I started wearing makeup, but it was never like eyes and nothing like that. Then I decided like, oh, I'm gonna do a Pablo Vittar makeover for my channel. I think they're gonna like it. So I ordered a wig on Amazon. That's a funny topic. Like we don't have Amazon in Portugal. Like you can order and get it the next day.
Yeah.
It's like not a possibility.
Yeah,
if you want to order something online, it's gonna take like a month. Isn't it crazy?
And it
Isn't
gets
that
delivered
crazy?
by horseback.
Exactly. From my grandmother, because we are all family then. I didn't send my grandmother like she ever orders. Everyone has like
Your
some kind
grandma's
of animal.
aunt's neighbor, yeah.
Well, yes. We are all very rural. Oh, you're saying that I'm from the country then?
Well,
It was never there. See?
so Portugal moved to New York. How was that? How was like moving here? I feel like that's a huge step. You know, like Portugal and New York City, very like kind of like night and day. So like, were you scared? Were you nervous?
I think New York City is a big step to everyone, even for people that are from here. It's like
Girl.
scary, is the city that never sleeps and that every kind of people. It's dangerous. Like we are like selling like, oh my God, it's very dangerous. Be very careful. And just imagine for someone from Portugal with 20 years old, with no one in here. I didn't know a single person in New York. Not a single person.
Crazy.
With no room, with no place to stay. I booked an Airbnb. That was the only like solution that I had.
Yeah.
And at that point was like, I really want to do this. Of course, everyone was like, oh, you're crazy for that. Like you're going big. Why you don't try like Madrid that is more close home, or Paris that is more close home? I wanted New York. I knew that I was about to do like 21. I need it. Like, it was the time for it. Yeah, I will not, like, come to New York with 31 years old. And I'm not going to say, like, I'll be dad. Like, people who are 31 years old are, like, old people. But it's the best years of our lives. When we are, like, young and very young, like, you can do whatever. If it doesn't work, you still have a lot of time to do your things and to try new things. And that's why I felt this is the step. I don't know if it's going to work because I don't know anyone. I don't know I'm going to get works or not, like jobs or not. And I had money that I saved during quarantine, but New York is expensive and I kind of like knew that. I was not expecting this expensive though.
Girl.
But that's why my idea was 3 months. I booked my flight back for 3 months, but I ended up staying only 2 because it was very overwhelming the first 2 months and it was very crazy. So I needed like a break, but it was a test. Like, and I think like that's how my family react to that. It was very like, oh, it's another game that is playing. First was the YouTube. Then first it was to be like a teacher, TV host. Then it was a YouTuber. Then like a drag queen working in nightclubs in Portugal. Then okay, he wants to go to New York for 3 months. He's gonna come back. It's not gonna work. He doesn't know anyone there. It's a wild place. He's gonna come back after 3 months. I think that's how they react to that. Yeah. But of course it's scary. That's why you don't see a lot of European people in here. I've never worked with a European drag queen.
Yeah, it's a big move. I mean, it was big for us from Ohio.
And from
You know what I mean?
Europe, it's crazy. That's the only European drag queen that I know in New York is Nikki Doll. Like, she came to New York, and I don't know her story, but is the only European drag queen that I saw making it in New York. No one moves here. It's scary. Every time that I talk with someone from, of course they want it, and I know this is gonna be like a very colonizer, like where like, of course that I'm opening doors because people are seeing like, oh, she made it, so it might be possible for us. And I'm not saying just for Portugal. I'm getting that reaction for a lot of countries, even for people from London. They are like, oh, you made it, so it might be possible for me like one day. And I kind of felt like, yeah, and it's like gagging for me. Like with 22 years old, I made it into like the hardest city in the world, and I'm like inspiring people to chase their dreams.
Well, and like coming here and trying to work in anything with nightlife is crazy because there's so many people here that already work in nightlife. There's already a big drag scene. Like, how was the drag scene here and like trying to get gigs here versus Portugal? Like, did you have a hard time?
I think no one took me seriously the first 3 months.
Yeah.
The first 2 months, because I ended up go before to Portugal for the summer. I think no one took me serious. It was very like, yeah, she's visiting. There's still people like asking me like, oh, are you visiting? When are you? Your trip is long. And when are you going back?
Like, when the fuck are you leaving? I ask you that like every day.
Very that vibe, baby. But they're like, oh yeah, she's visiting. Let's give her like one show for her to like see, for her to like to say that she worked in New York.
Yeah,
let's give her the
cute
thing.
little trap.
Well, yeah, and then she's going back and we're never gonna see her again. That's what everyone thought at the first 2 months, and that's why like it was very like, and I left because of that, because I knew I'm very smart. And I realized that everyone was seeing me like, oh, this is a trip. She's going back, and no one that booked me like for the first time will book me again right after, because they booked me like, oh, this is like God, no, never again, right? They were like, no, I'm giving you an opportunity because you're like on a trip. You're not gonna steal our friend's job anymore. So at that point,
they knew you weren't gonna steal their jobs.
That in fact I did.
Period.
Well, yes. But when I came back after summer, because their first 3 months, it was, I'm not gonna say it was hard. It was hard. It's way more hard for people. I see people that are working and trying in New York for 2-3 years, and they don't get as many gigs that I get in the first 2 months visiting. So I'm not gonna say it was hard. I'm not gonna make like look that bad, because it was not. But because of my Instagram, because I was DMing people on my Instagram, they opened my page like, oh wow, like this is like major photo shoots. It's like major looks. She have like something to show. So she's pretty. Why not? The pretty privilege. Mama.
Girl, it is all about like the online, like how you look. Like if you have a cunt Instagram, like people are gonna take you seriously, period.
I don't know
like,
if there's like an English expression for that, but in Portuguese we have like, I'm taking like water or milk, one of the two, out of the stone.
What?
It's like you're trying so. What I was about to say, I forgot.
You're taking water or milk out of the stone.
I think it's that.
Okay. Like you're
I completely forgot what I was about to say. Well,
I don't even think you knew.
I was just about to say that I want to take milk out of stone. Maybe it was just that came to my mind.
Yeah, right.
Whatever.
You just want
let's
to
just
milk
keep it on
stone.
there.
Yeah.
Let's keep it on that. I don't know what I was about to say.
No,
it was probably something cute.
I don't either. Yeah, you were going somewhere.
It's not coming to my mind.
Yeah, you were going somewhere. So, okay. We just talked about like Instagram, whatever, fashion. I mean, you have like somewhat of a taste. Like, it's definitely there. I'm kidding. I'm not going to give you my shit.
Are you saying that is trying its best to not like elevate my ego?
Jazmine is actually nominated for Best Fashion, right? Is that the category? What is it?
Best Dress in New York City.
Best Dress in New York City at the Glam Awards. Everybody.
Well, yeah.
Happening at January 20th.
With some months in here, baby. With some months.
Right.
With a year.
Right.
With a year
like,
already.
Who else is doing it like you? Me.
In a long way. But let's give it to you too, because you compliment me a lot today. And I'm realizing that American people, we need to be sweet with them.
Yeah, you
because
do.
if not, it's gonna be like, oh, she's so harsh and she's so difficult to work with and she's so, she's not nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's give that to you too.
Thank you.
Let's
Jazz.
give that
Thank
to you.
Jazz.
Your tank tops slay New York City. They slay, mama.
Not the tank top, girl.
The tank top that I stained.
Yeah, that you stained. You borrow my tank top, so don't even get. So, okay, fashion. I want to know, like, where do you pull from? Like, when you're thinking about a look and you have something in mind, like, are you collaborating with people? Are you building it yourself? Are you doing a little bit of both?
It depends. Like, honestly, I never, like, commission anything because it's expensive.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like I'm in like a position right now. And because like I know that I make money in New York, but I spend a lot. And I don't want to like have like our life or like taking the subway every time, something like that. Just to like, oh, because I need to save this like money at the end of the month to commission a bodysuit, a stone bodysuit. No, baby. I ordered Fashion Nova. I ordered Pretty Little Things. I ordered some kind of like even AliExpress, and I make it work.
You make it look
like
kind,
I
too.
styled.
Yeah.
I don't know, like of course, like for bigger experience, for like a drag competition. I don't compete though. I only compete. I will only do Drag Race. So I don't do drag.
That's the only-
I never did a drag competition in New York. That's important to say too.
Yeah.
Never. And there was
That's
a lot
big.
of people saying that to me, like, you just got here. Like, I don't know what the fuck are you doing, but you should be doing every competition for free. And for me, it was like, baby, I don't do drag for free. And that's kind of funny to say. That's going to be a cut on your podcast. I can say that since I got here a year ago, I never put myself in drag to work for free.
You don't.
Never.
Like, ever.
I never perform in this city for free.
Even
for
tonight
like
you
a
have gigs.
pop-up.
Even tonight you have gigs.
I
That's the
told
only
you, I
reason
can
you're
be in
drag
drag,
right now.
but it needs to be a day that I work.
Right.
I don't do drag for free. A free
I'm
for
honored.
free?
Yeah, a
No.
free for free. You don't-
Absolutely not.
Yeah, you only do gay for pay.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Well, yes. Well, yeah.
That's you on OnlyFans.
Right, exactly. So I think that was a good point, though. I think like just anywhere with style, but specifically with drag, like you can make yourself look cunt just by styling. Like I don't think you have to
But
buy.
I need to say that too. I'm not saying that drag for me, I only seen it as a job and I don't have fun with it. It's just like a lot going on. It's a lot of money spent. And if I'm putting like a wig on to go out, first of all, I can have the much fun because I'm uncomfortable. Like it's a lot going on. I'm tired. Like it's everything
Corsets,
cinched.
heels, yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
And second of all, the next day, I'm gonna need to like wash everything. I'm gonna need to clean my lace. I'm gonna need to like, no,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
No.
I work enough to be in drag the certain amount of days. For me, maybe after Drag Race, maybe because the fees and the rates are better.
Yeah.
Way better.
Yeah.
But right now, I don't see drag and I don't see New York City to work 5 nights in drag a week.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I didn't came for that.
Yeah.
I came to enjoy myself. I'm 22 years old. I want to go out with my friends. I want to have dinners. I don't want to like be
wanna
kind.
eat at Sage.
And there's a lot of people, exactly. There's a lot of people that I see and I don't judge because they are making a lot of money.
Yeah.
But I don't see them having a life because they have like 5 weekly gigs. They have 6 days in drag in a week. I don't want that for myself. It's not that I'm less successful than that. Even if the opportunity shows, I know that I will take it because like, oh, that's good money. I can have like a great, like a better life.
Yeah.
But in like 3 weeks, I can like stay the first 3 weeks and I'm just like, no, baby, I can't take it.
No.
It's not that I'm like a weak drag queen or like, oh, so if you should not do drag. Not everyone is built the same way. I see this. I want to have fun with my drag. If I do drag 6 times a week, I'm not gonna have fun. I'm gonna start like looking a little worse because you can't like pull things together and put like airs together every day. Like you get home at 4 in the morning. The other day you wake up at 3 p.m. You need to get in drag again.
Yeah.
In what time do you have like to style a new wig, to clean your lace, to do laundry? No. I know that if I start doing that, my drag level is gonna get low, and I don't want that. So I will never do that.
Yeah,
Like,
unless you're like on Drag Race, you have money to like have people style your wigs all the time. you
that
know?
I will do. Like
Yeah.
first of all, the first thing that I start like when I start like doing money, I'm gonna have an assistant like to help me because it's hard to do everything by yourself.
Yeah.
And I could do like 4 nights a row in drag, but I'm gonna like have wigs styled by someone. I'm gonna have like an assistant to do like my laundry or someone to do like my laundry and put like all things together because if not, it's very easy for me to have like a breakdown. It's very easy. Like on Pride week, I had like 10 gigs in 3 days.
That's
like
insane.
after the 4th gig, I was dying.
Yeah.
I didn't want to talk with anyone.
Right.
And that's the problem because I deal with people. So if I'm tired, I'm not gonna be nice to you and you're gonna hate me and you're gonna spread the word like, oh, she's an hateful cunt.
Right.
And like, no, I'm just exhausted and I don't want to smile. I want to do my
Right.
job, get my money, and go home.
People get
And
so
people don't
confused.
take that.
I think a lot of people think like drag queens is like a customer service job, and it's not. Like you're working. Like you're working down. Like like sometimes in the green room, like you're focused on the
They
job.
want me to say I in green rooms.
Yeah.
they show up in my green room and expect me to say hi to people. I'm getting ready. I need to look fabulous because in 5 minutes, I'm going to be seen on stage.
Right.
Don't expect me. And even more, when I will not like refuse to say hi to you. You can come at me and say like, even more in my green room, in my dressing room that I'm sharing with my co-performers, performers. If you come into the dressing room because you're friends with someone, or even my friends, I expect my friends to walk into the place and say hi, like, hi, how are you? Not like to try to start conversations or like to bother people because we are getting ready.
Yeah, you're working.
My wig is not going to be glued by yourself.
Yep.
So like there's a lot of people that get mad about it, and if you're that mad about it, don't come to dressing rooms.
Here.
So easy.
You heard it here first.
So easy.
You heard it first. So you mentioned Drag Race.
Mm-hmm.
You said, oh, if I go, whatever, but when I go Drag Race. So are you planning on auditioning? I know that you're ready. I mean, I'm asking this question and I know I know everything about you. So it's funny. It doesn't make sense. But for the audience, are you planning or
you need to be more than an actor.
Yeah.
You don't need to tell them everything.
No.
You don't know anything.
Well,
you're asking because you're very curious about it.
Yeah, I'm so curious. I know nothing about
Are you
this
auditioning
bitch.
for Drag
I
Race?
actually picked her up off the street and I was like, you would look great on my podcast.
Honestly, yeah. He saw me on the window. He's like, that's a hooker. Oh no, that's Jazmine.
She was like $50.
Let's just give it.
$50 for the night. Yeah. Cheap. You're cheap.
And some job after.
Yeah.
I
Right.
know how you work. I know how you work, and I know how you will pay that $50.
Well, it's a bit more than 50. I charge a bit more than 50, but
75 and a Diet Coke.
yeah, definitely
That's
Diet
a
Coke.
lot. Yeah, that happened a couple of times.
I love it, Diet
And
Coke.
my like 15 meals or sandwiches or whatever. Because you need the 15. I'm just a hungry bitch.
So okay, Drag Race. Are you planning on auditioning?
He's afraid what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I am,
He's
and I'm
very
scared
afraid of
that
me.
you're gonna
Imagine
go
if it was live. You'll be pissing
No,
yourself.
I would be
You will be
pissing myself.
pissing yourself.
I was actually terrified on what you're gonna say on this podcast,
I
but like
have
at
a
the
lot
same
still to
time,
say.
like very excited.
Oh baby, should we start making out right now?
Yeah, I think we should.
At the end.
Yeah, I think that's actually at the end, the grand
Because
finale.
if we think about it, like it's gonna be a great cut. It's gonna be a great cut. And
I don't want everyone to come right now. I need them
talk
to
about great cuts.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of great cuts in America though.
No.
You guys. I don't know American. Well, they know. Well, they think more about that. Not me moving from Drag Race to Dick, but
No, it's okay. No, it's okay. Go.
this
off.
is not an interview. This is a conversation,
it's a
baby. This is a conversation,
It's a
baby.
conversation. Spill.
Let's keep it low.
No,
let's keep it low. No, but a lot of like Americans, they think like, oh, only Brazilians and like Latin people, they like are uncut because in America it's a very common way. No one in Europe is cut. No one. We are all uncut, babe. And I'm exposing myself in here. Well, yeah.
You heard it here first. You heard it here first. I'm cut for sure.
Girl, and you're gonna put in the title of the video.
Uncut.
I am uncut.
Yeah.
I know a lot of them wouldn't you know that, so.
No, I don't know how
I'm
to.
taking nudes though.
Yeah.
Just for fun. Who knows? Who knows
Yeah.
who's gonna show
Who
up?
knows
Who's gonna show up on my DMs?
No, and they'll see at the end of the video for the grand finale.
And I know your audience too. That's why like I start talking
No,
about
thank
dick.
you for that. They needed. I think I need like every
They're like
10
drag.
minutes.
Ugh, dick. Ugh.
Like a drag queen. Drag queen. Yeah.
Dick.
They're honestly pissed that you're on, so I'm glad that you brought up Dick. I need it brought up at least every 10 minutes. in the
Right?
podcast. Yeah.
Just to like get the energy in
yeah.
the point. At the
in the
point.
point.
But about Drag Race, let me get back there. Yeah, so I didn't audition last year because no, I didn't feel comfortable in America. Imagine like if they like actually like call me last year, I will not be ready to like I didn't know enough people. I didn't know like which designer should I like contact. For this year, I'm auditioning. I'm actually doing that next week, but if it happens, I know that I'm ready and I know enough people to like make a good job. And I know like a lot of like people from Europe, from Spain, Portugal, they will be down to work with me because it's a very like good, it's the best platform to show up.
You mean for
drag
like
and
designing
looks.
and like making
Yeah,
looks
they
and
will
stuff?
absolutely like go on the boat with me.
Yeah.
But if I need to wait another year, it's not gonna be bad at all. I'm meeting New York is actually that. You meet so much people that I will not be mad to wait another year to get to know more people and even to learn more things. Like when I got here, I barely had any stage experience. Like I performed on stage for like 3 months before quarantine, 2 months. So I did drag a year, but I performed like very like slow during that year. And in Portugal, we only do like drag go dancing. We don't perform like full performances.
What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that?
We just stay on stage all night dancing to which song is playing for 3 hours,
wow.
which is insane. Every girl that goes to Lisbon and they goes to that club, they were like, how do you guys do that? It's insane. You stay on stage with nonstop for 3 hours. So it's not a performance. So when I got here, I was so scared because all eyes are on you for like 4 minutes. If you fell, you fall. You can like drink water. No, not drink water in the 4 minutes, but like you need to take tips. It's like a lot. So
it's interesting that you say that. Like, so how is your performances, like how you say, like 4 minutes? Like, do you put in a lot of work for each performance that you do?
It depends. I don't think you can put a lot of work if you do like 40 performances a month.
Yeah.
30 performances a month.
It's hard.
Because every gig is more than one number. If you do like more than 20, 25 numbers a month, of course you're not going to make a new number every time. You're not going to make a new thing every time. No. You're going to see how we work and like at least for 1-2 months, and even more if it's different places. I'm not saying like weeklies and places that you were there every week with kind of the same audience. But if you're working different parties, there's some numbers that I repeat over and over again because I'm comfortable with.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
that's basically how it works.
If it's not broke, don't fix it. You know what I mean? Do you know that one? Do you know that?
Oh, thank you so much for teaching me.
No, that's what
I really appreciate it, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for. So Drag Race, you're auditioning.
Yeah.
How does that process look?
Crazy.
It's crazy.
I'm like excited, honestly, because it's the first time that I'm getting all the instructions and I'm like getting the emails from World of Wonder and everything. And well, I actually signed a contract. I don't know what I can say, but which is crazy because you sign a contract since the first moment that you start auditioning. But
it's just a long process.
It's crazy. It's a lot of videos. You need to put everything in 20 minutes, so it's kind of like crazy. But I'm excited to do it. It's gonna be my first year. If I don't get in this year, I'm zero mad because I know if I already look like this, just imagine another year waiting. Right. I'm okay.
Wrinkles, and I kinda, crusty. Yeah.
Oh, girl, no. The fillers and the Botox is going to be the same, baby. Trust and believe. Trust and believe. But
maybe you'll have tits then.
Are you calling me a TS? Are you assuming myself to the world?
Whoa!
Where's the bones? Where's the bones?
Where's the bones?
We have a lot of trans friends. We love them. Yes. Luis Fernando was with a shirt yesterday saying support transsexuals. And yes. We should have the shirt today.
Yeah, we should have worn the shirts today.
It would be better than that.
Better than that. What is that? Sheen?
Mugler.
Let's
leave it on there.
Right, yeah, let's leave it on there.
But auditioning this year, if it doesn't happen, very okay. At least I got like the thing out. You need to like audition, and next year I'm gonna be like, oh, I know what I need to do. I'm gonna be more prepared to do it. And for me, and I get it, like from girls that are working in New York for like 3, 4, 5 years, 6 years, it's very like, I need to go on Drag Race right now because I'm getting so bored of doing this. Right now, I'm still not bored. I got here a year ago. I'm still like, I'm doing this. I'm creating like even more fans. I'm getting to know more people, designers, people from industry.
And when you go on, you want to be like as good as you can be. Absolutely. You know, because the goal is to be America's next drag superstar.
And it's like kind of crazy for me because I always like, and this like kind of like came to my mind because of Aquaria, because I always like look at Aquaria like, oh my god, she's so young and she made it. Like with 21 years old, she won Drag Race. I was like, oh my god, in the moment that I'm 21, I want to go on Drag Race and I need to win. But right now, I know that I'm 22, and even if I go on 23, 24, I'm still gonna be young. Like. Yeah. I'm still going to be young with 24 years old, and I'm still going to do good, and I'm still going to be seen as like, oh, she's still young and have a lot of like a path to do and a path to run.
Aquaria was like in New York, like she like did the whole, like you still.
Oh, it's completely different. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's completely different. But yeah, it was like one of the first queens that I look at.
Yeah. So when you go on Drag Race, how do you think you're going to like do? Like, do you think you're going to be like, how do you think you're going to be perceived on Drag Race?
Amazing.
Okay. What does that mean?
Amazing.
What does that mean? I think that's very subjective to you.
No.
It's fine.
I really think like the first thing on Drag Race, first of all, if you look good, it's 2 steps in.
Right.
If you look
I agree.
If you have good makeup, good hair, if you like take care of your drag.
Yeah.
You're gonna look good, and it's 2 steps in.
I mean, the looks is like a huge part, I think, to
and
drag.
the personality works a lot.
Yeah.
And I know, like on television, I'm gonna get goofy. I'm just a little afraid of getting too tired because
You're
there's a lot
gonna
of
get
days
goofy,
in a row.
girl. You're gonna get goofy.
I know that I will, and I know my
Yeah.
personality like will shine. I'm just afraid of like it's a lot of days filming in a row in drag, and I'm gonna get tired, exhausted, with no sleep because you're anxious because you're there and you're afraid of like finishing your dream.
Yeah.
And I'm a little afraid of like getting tired. But I think the getting tired will not kill my personality. Will get me more messy.
Yeah.
When I get very tired, I will be messy on the Untucked.
You
If someone
will
like
be-
tries me and I'm very like exhausted, like don't. The only thing that I can take it if I'm exhausted, if I'm working a lot, if I'm in drag a lot, is your shit. I can't take it. I can take like people talking too much or people like saying bullshit.
Do you think you could get a villain edit?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Everyone says that.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Everyone says that. But
Yeah.
if it happens, it happens.
But I feel like
there's
everyone-
some very good villains in here.
Yeah.
Lex was seen as a villain. Daya was seen as a villain. They are working a lot.
Yeah.
They have their fans. They are very smart what they are doing with their drag.
Yeah. Just because you're a villain, though, doesn't mean like people
No.
hate you. Like,
Even
I think
Mistress.
it's just
Mistress.
Yeah.
Mistress Isabel Brooks was considered the villain of the season 15, and she's literally the biggest applause that I saw in Work the World in New York and everywhere. Like
Yeah.
I had friends doing the work the World, and they were like, "Yeah, Mistress is
Look at Candy Muse.
Candy." It was
Hello,
actually
yeah.
Mistress and Candy was the biggest applause of this year Work the World,
Yeah.
and they were like 2 aided queens.
Yeah.
So,
And
baby.
Candy was like almost won All Stars.
and let's be honest, you always gonna remember Mistress Isabel Brooks. You're not gonna remember Amethyst.
Right. I mean,
Love her though.
Yeah, love her,
Or Robin
but-
Fierce. I
Yeah.
love Robin.
Yeah.
But like, or you're like a mistress and you're like not afraid of showing yourself.
Yeah.
Or if you don't have that much to show, that can happen too. I'm not saying about this too. If that happened too, you're not gonna be remembered.
No, but
I want
that's-
to be remembered.
that's all reality TV. Like, did you watch Selling Sunset?
No.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
watch
Well,
any reality shows besides RuPaul. RuPaul's already so much.
Yeah, you've watched and you are a fan.
It's good for my
You were
job
watching
too.
it last night. Yeah, it is good. Like seeing all the queens.
It's very good for my job too
Yeah.
because I work with them.
Yeah.
I work with them. They came to New York to do gigs. We are like the locals open for them. I want to know them. I
Yeah.
want to know what they do on the show. And as a drag queen, as the gay world gets a lot of references from Drag Race.
Yeah,
A lot
Girl,
of
all of
references.
them. Yeah, like literally all of them.
Where's the Lux one from this year that was everyone saying that she got like when she got on Girl is so famous.
I don't
Everyone was
remember.
saying that.
No, but I know what you're. I know what you're
Or even
saying.
like with Sasha Gold, we got him like period.
Yeah.
Anitra,
yeah.
welcome the fucking duck.
Yeah,
Every gay in the world
everyone was walking
giving
that duck. Everyone was walking that fucking duck.
Like Drag Race
Yeah.
contributes a lot for
Yeah.
the slangs and for the things. So of course, working
Let
in nightlife,
loose,
being-
let loose,
let loose.
let
Everyone,
lit. Yeah.
And where's the Lux one?
I don't know, but I know it.
Gag them a bit. For
Yeah,
sure.
gag them a bit for sure.
Everyone was
Yeah,
saying that.
yeah, yeah.
Everyone was saying that. So Drag Race is very important
It's
for
iconic.
like the thing.
It's iconic. Well, I love that we're talking about drag queens because I have a game that we're gonna play. It's
I love
called.
to play games.
So we're calling it Drag Queen Name Association. Have you ever played Name Association?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm not. So what it is like I'm gonna say a drag queen, and you're gonna say the first word that comes to mind when you hear the drag queen's name.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Yeah, let's give it.
Okay. And I'll think of one too, but I want to hear yours.
Okay.
Okay. Diabetes.
Safety pin.
Why safety pin? Oh,
Because
her look.
it's her brand.
Yeah.
She's like she calls her fans the safety pins.
Oh, really?
hmm
Cute. Okay.
Love Daya. Daya is one of the people from Drag Race that I consider as a friend.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Is she cool? Well, she was
Love
seen as a
her.
villain too, but
Love
I feel
her.
like she's really nice.
If I want to like, there's like 3-4 girls or 5 girls from Drag Race that if I need like advice, if I know that if I call them, they will help me.
Yeah.
It's like Jada, Daya, Georges, Angeria, Dahlia. If I
Yeah.
need like something from like, oh, I need advice. What do you think? I know that I can trust. Love Daya. That is amazing. And I say that to everyone because everyone is like, yeah, she's bad, right? Oh, she's a villain.
No.
Love Daya. One of the sweetest persons that
Yeah.
that I met from the
Yeah.
Drag Race franchise.
Love that you said Jada and Nigeria because I'm asked Jade Essence Hall.
Oh my God, Mother.
Jade Essence Hall. Are you just saying Mother? Is
Oh my
that
God,
name?
Mother. But
Mother.
yeah, it's so funny because me and Jada got very like close this year, and we're always like talking. And this fashion week, she was in New York, and we were having dinner with another drag queen that was with her from New York. And Jada called me, and the other FaceTime was like, "Mother, what are you doing?" And she was calling me Mother, and the drag queen was like, "Jazmine is like, she started doing drag
She's
4 years
22,
ago.
girl.
How is
She's
she like your drag
22.
mother? How is she your drag mother?" And Jada was like, "No, we just call each other Mother." Like, and it's like, "Mother, what are you doing, sister?"
Oh,
Yeah, Jada Mother.
love Jada. She's queen. She's
My
queen.
fave, the best person to go out. Literally the best person to go out. You have always a great time with Jada.
Yeah.
Every time that I went out with Jada this year,
Well, she was at Hush, and she
came to us.
we were
She
having a
came
good
to
time.
us. She
Yeah.
came to us.
She
Oh my
was
God.
really nice.
And we went to us. That's kind of funny to say. We went to us because we I was in drag because I went to her show. She at a runway at the New York Fashion Week, and then I was supposed to come to Brooklyn because I had a show in Hell's Kitchen at night. She's like, "No, come to my hotel. I'm gonna get out of drag. Come to my hotel. I don't want to like stay by myself." And she would like get out of drag. We're like chit chatting for an hour, and then she went with me to my gig. Then we met the Cardi B publicist. It was very funny. And then 2 days after, we were at the Cardi B VMAs after party.
VMAs, yeah.
And it
Crazy.
always happen. We're always saying like every time we are together, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, and I feel that just happens in New York, period. Like,
But
you
I was
just
about to
meet
say one
somebody-
thing that is kind of funny.
Okay,
so
go.
we went to this party. There was like with Ava Max or with a girl like that. Like no one remembers. And we went to this party. I was on the list, and I think Jada was too. Yeah, Jada was too. And we got in, and the security was like, "Oh, it's very packed." And we had like 4 friends with us. And the security, like the door person, look at us. "Oh, you and Jada can get in, but your friends need to go home." Absolutely not. That's why Jada was like, "Absolutely not. What kind of a shitty friend you will be to leave your friends at the door and go in?" So we left and all went to us. We missed like the Ava Max show. I don't know if it was Ava Max.
I don't know.
What is it? I don't know. They are all the same for me.
They are all the same.
Sabrina Carpenter, Ava Max. They all
No, don't bring
They are
Sabrina
like-
Carpenter into this. She's
They are like-
my mother.
They are like, ooh, 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 ooh. So I was like, what kind of a shitty friend you will be to leave your friends at the door to go have fun? How a shitty friend you will be to go have fun and actually having fun with your friends at the door? It's crazy.
That's crazy.
So in that moment, another reason that I was like, bitch, I really love you.
What a good friend she is, isn't she, guys?
I will never let a friend
Listen
at
to
the door.
Jazmine. You can never be the villain.
Well, if he was like, honestly, if he was like, imagine a photo with Cardi B, I will say to my friend, and even I'm in drag, I'm going there for like 20 minutes and I'll be back. Not having fun, not go for dance and a drink.
But what
if
if
you
Cardi,
go for a reason.
What if Cardi B was then like, "Oh, come to my like table and drink with us and like have a good time"?
I will not stay there the whole night if I had like a group of friends that I left. I will be there
Wow.
to get something out of it
Yeah.
for like 30 minutes, and I will like and I think my friends, and I will understand that from a friend. I will be like sad. I'm not saying mad, sad, but
like
I will
you
understand.
get your Josh.
I
Yeah,
will
right.
understand. We are all here, and even more like people that work with a platform. We all are here to grow, and Cardi B is Cardi B.
Cardi B, period. Okay, so what about Nigeria?
Nigeria, sweet.
Sweet.
She's
is really
such
sweet.
a good person.
We had a night with her at Hush too.
I bring her Nigeria to Hush, not for a first
Yeah.
time, but when she came to New York for Fashion Week, not Fashion Week. It was after Work the World, so it was not Fashion Week.
Was
She
that
came
the
for,
night
like, a
with like
shop.
we were with all the queens at Hush?
No,
Okay,
that was
a
Work the
different night.
World. That was in
Yeah.
August. Nigeria came the day after.
Yeah. That night was crazy. We were just at Hush, and every Rue girl known to man was at Hush. It was like Naomi Smalls, Lady
I went
Camden.
to Art Rock before with them.
Yeah,
For
Lady
the Voss
Camden.
event.
Lady Camden was so fun.
I love Camden.
Me and Stone were like hanging out with her the entire time.
I was fangirling
like,
over Naomi. That's why.
Yeah,
I think was the only
yeah.
one in that like thing that I kind of like. Oh, I want to
Yeah.
date you so bad.
She's so fucking hot.
I was
and out of
fangirling
drag.
over, and I know she likes twinks. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
It was the only one that I was kind of like not nervous because I don't get like nervous around drag queens anymore.
No,
but I was like, oh,
she's
this is
intimidating
fun.
just because she's like absolutely gorgeous.
And I was like taking a picture with her like during the like Voss like the meet and greet. I just like came early because I was in full drag, and they gave me the pass. So I came to the meet and greet with them, and Naomi like hold my hand for the photo. I literally was like taking the picture, and she held my hand. It's like, ah! Yeah, it was the only one that was like, because like Camden I knew before, like 4 years. Daya I know for a lot of time. Candy I know from New York. Like I knew the girls that were there. Naomi was the one that was fangirling over it. But yeah, Angeria is sweet. Angeria is very sweet. She's very nice with everyone. I know that I'm not gonna have a hard time with Angeria. Like she's gonna be nice with everyone that approaches her, and everyone is.
And she will have like a full-on conversation with you. Like we had a full conversation. Like it was.
I have like FaceTime, like hours FaceTimes with Angeria. Yeah. Like we just like chatting about her life. I really like her, and she's such a good person, and she showed that on the season too. But she's such a good person.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna switch topics really quick because I really want to know about this. I think people really want to know about this too. As a drag queen, how is the dating life? I know you're not like actively dating right now, but I mean like as far as like dating, like have you found it hard dating? Have you find it hard like finding hookups or like at a bar?
I'm not gonna say is hard because I'm a very good looking man.
You are. You're a gorgeous man.
Which means like I'm always out of drag and I feel comfortable about it, but I know like a lot of drag queens, and that's completely valid. We get a lot of attention when we are in drag. Like a lot of attention from everyone. Everyone wants like to be friends. Everyone wants to have like a minute of our attention. Yeah. So when you're out of drag, and when you're not that good looking, as your drag, I'm not saying that you're ugly, but not as good looking as your drag. It's very easy for you to not get any attention, and you feel like bad, and you feel like, oh, fuck, I should have come in drag. At least in drag, everyone looks at me. I don't feel that. I don't feel that at all. I'm more nice.
Fucking gorgeous. Like, I do not.
Insane out of drag, so I'm always out of drag.
Fucking insane out of drag. Yeah, you are. Yeah.
Let's leave it on that. That's a great quote.
Yeah, I love that. Love that.
So I like to go out of drag. I have a lot of fun. I rarely go out of drag. I never go out in drag unless it's for work. Yeah. And dating. I never dated in my life. I'm not looking for that. I'm very focused on what I'm doing. But I make out with a lot of people.
Besides me.
We can get married soon. We can talk about it. Yeah, your mother really wants to.
My mom really wants us to.
I never met her. Can't wait.
Yeah, you're about to in like a month maybe. So like hooking up though. Like, or I guess maybe I'm more curious too about like Instagram. Because like your Instagram, Jazmine, it's gorgeous.
People take me, and I only can talk by myself, is always as a joke. But it's because I'm always like joking and funny and games. So like, imagine if I don't know you and we follow each other and I DM you like, oh, so hot. You're gonna take like, oh, the drag queen, ha ha ha. She's saying that I'm hot, ha 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 ha. So funny, and it's gonna leave it on there.
Well, that's how like we met, because you followed me.
Oh my god, I never said that you're hot. Calm the fuck down, baby.
I'm just
I wish you happy birthday.
You did wish me happy birthday. You did.
Because I want to suck your dick.
And then you said I want to suck your big fat cock. Yeah, that's what you said. I'll pull the receipts up later.
You never can read my mind. But usually I start as an happy birthday, happy Thanksgiving. It's amazing. I love to start like things like happy Easter, happy Christmas, happy holidays. It's gorgeous.
Happy Wednesday.
It's gorgeous. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah. Sometimes it's so necessary for a lot of people.
A few words can speak 1,000 words.
Or sometimes you don't need to say anything or to say anything.
You messaged me. Well, not you followed me on Instagram, and I didn't know obviously like what you looked like out of your drag. I was like, oh, this like cunt drag queen followed me. Of course, I'm gonna follow her. And then you saw me on my birthday at Paul's Dolls, and you said happy birthday to me.
That was the same night. Yeah. Not the night that I followed you. I followed you because I saw you at a pool party, and I was like, I want to fuck. You and your friend. Yeah. Both at the same time. Right. But it was like, oh, I'm going to follow. I actually only followed you. I didn't follow the other person that was with you, which is funny. I should. Yeah. I don't know why. Maybe have a thing for bleach blondes. I don't know.
Well, look at you. You're blonde. We're both blonde.
Well, yeah.
Today.
Oh, today.
You followed me. We saw each other at Paul's Dolls. You said happy birthday. I didn't know who the fuck you were. And I was like, oh, thank you, like to this random person. And then we were at the Stranger a couple days later.
2 days later.
Yeah, 2 days later. And I like, didn't say hi to you because I didn't like whatever. And then you were saying hi to Stone, like our friend Stone. Well, he came out.
One thing is, I don't start conversations with people that I don't know.
Yeah.
And I should, but and that got me like some problems and some trouble in America when I got here, because people are always expecting you to start like, "Hi, I'm Jazmine. What's your name?" I was not raised like that. It's very hard for me, and I'm not saying this in a cocky way.
Yeah.
I just feel weird and I try hard. I don't like to start conversations like that.
Yeah.
So I was just like, let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
But you didn't say hi, so I was like, no, I'm not gonna say anything.
Mm-hmm.
But then your friend Rock, just want to call it another name. He said hi to me. You probably want to fuck me too. Like, who doesn't?
Yeah.
So we started like a conversation, and then like I don't know, 3-4 minutes after, you said like, "Oh, how are you? Hi, blah blah blah." And I was like, "Okay, cool." But then I don't know if I was trying to flirt, but like at the stranger, I was like trying to dance, and you were probably like very drunk.
How do you say drunk? Yeah, drunk.
Drunk. Let's give it drunk. Let's keep it on drunk. And you were not giving me any attention. Like, okay, cool, whatever. Like, he's being on his own world, and let's give it on there.
I was on my own world. You know how I am when I'm
But then,
drunk.
like, we went to after parties, and there was a very cringe person there,
Oh my God.
talking shit. And
That after party was.
and Justin fell in love with me because
He
I was
fell
very
in
funny,
love.
and I was like facing that guy, not facing, like it was like in my back, like talking, not in my back talking, but kind of. And I was like facing you and like making weird faces, like yeah.
We were like.
And Justin fell in love. He was like,
Yeah.
oh my God, so much fun. And Justin invited me for his birthday party the next day. As I could tell that day, he really needed friends at that moment. He really needed new people at that moment. I was like, I just met her.
You bitch.
I just met her, but
No,
I
just
I
love
want a
you.
full birthday party, take a picture for Instagram, so let me just invite this one too. It was very that vibe too.
Right.
But in my head was like, oh, it's drunk. So if he doesn't text me tomorrow, like invite her again. I don't like take drunk invitations.
I don't either.
But he actually did. He texted me the next day saying like, oh, come to my birthday party. And I went by myself.
You did. You went by yourself.
By
and
yourself.
From there on out, it was like the Jazmine and Justin show. Like we've just been.
We fell in love.
We fell in love.
We never,
Fucked.
which is crazy. And a lot of people probably think that we did.
Yeah. People
But
probably do.
I think in New York we all gonna end up fucking one day.
You always say that. That's
I
like,
really think.
Yeah,
It's a small town. It's
it
a small
is-
town.
yeah.
We never know when we're gonna like end up in a room with 4 different people in the sugar daddy looking at us. We never know.
Yeah, I would not know. I would never know that. That's
It's why New York is crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. It doesn't even sound surreal.
I think we all gonna end up in the same room one day.
Yeah.
One day. I'm not gonna say tomorrow, but
Yeah, or tonight.
next week, who knows?
Yeah, who knows? But yeah, we became besties all through me not knowing it was you on Instagram. So I was like,
I was so offended. Who the fuck do you think you are to not know me?
Well, because you don't post like
I do.
Guy.
I
you
start,
do
like, more
sometimes.
after, but
You
yeah.
you've started, you started recently.
And that's one thing that I really like want to, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm posting more out of drag things because I want to take host gigs out of drag.
Yeah, I was.
I can still bring the people to the party, my friends to the party. I can still promote it on my Instagram, and I think like there's a lot of drag queens that are very like strong with that, like Aquaria again. She even like I can talk about Ruby Fox. Like they're very strong in like I want to show up out of drag too, and I'm gonna like promote my out of drag face too because I'm always gonna be recognized as my name, as my drag name, and I can work out of drag too. I'm not gonna say perform on stage, but like there's some kind of gigs that allow that.
Yep. So like that brings us great to the next conversation. Hosting in nightlife. I know you've been like hosting more recently out of drag. Do you want to like host more? How is like nightlife besides drag? Like how has your like nightlife experience been besides
I hate
drag?
to host.
You do?
Hate. I just do it because it's money, but
It's
hate.
easy money. It's so easy.
I hate, like, my perfect gig is I have a call time that I never show up at.
Right.
I show up like 20 minutes before the performances because the call times right now are like an hour before, which for me is insane and crazy. Like, you don't need a performer 1 hour before, tucked and cinched and with eye heels. Like, I think people should say, like, oh, if you don't show up in full drag, you can be here 20 minutes before. And there's some people doing that. And I like to perform, have a break, perform again, go home.
Yeah.
Or if I really want to, stay for a drink. I hate to stay in a nightclub and be forced to stay in a nightclub for 4 hours because I'm hosting.
Besides, if it's,
And you make less money usually
Yeah.
than performer, which is insane.
what's like your favorite party or bar or club in New York?
I
feel like I know- I feel like I know
really
it.
like to do the zoo. I really like to do the zoo, and it's very close to my house. It's like
But
a 3 minutes drive.
Yeah.
So like I really like even hang out. I like
Yeah.
to go to the zoo. I enjoy go to Battle Hymn when I'm very drunk. Let's give it on that. When I drink and I use a lot of alcohol, I really like Battle Hymn, and I like to go to Paul's Casablanca on Wednesdays. It's
period.
very nice. It's a good time. I like the environment.
Yep. Me too. Those are my 3.
88% of the time I feel safe when it's not crazy bitches around. So for me, it's fun.
88% of the time is great.
88%
because there
of the time is great.
There is 12% of the time where I
There are like
am
some
fearing for my
crazy
life.
ass people, and
Yeah.
that's like important to say it. I really don't care.
Yeah.
Like people need to control themselves,
Yeah.
and people need to like. I know that you might be here for some years, and I'm not talking about like anyone specifically,
No.
but well, maybe I am. If you're here for some years, you can have like your experience, but you need to still like there's a lot of new people in nightlife. You all
Yeah.
are there for a reason, so you need to like to chill out a little bit. And even more, if you're not working, I'm not working the party. I left my house to have a good time.
Yep.
I didn't left my house to try anything. Like
Yep.
if it's not to have a good time, my bed and my Netflix sounds gorgeous.
And like, here's the thing too. Like, we know that nightlife has been built by these people and like continues to thrive
but,
because
like-
they've been here for years. And a lot of people like don't feel necessarily entitled. Like they will like be nice to you regardless, or like
That's what I'm saying.
meet new
like,
people and
I think
everything.
I can speak for you too. Like
Yeah.
97% of the people that we meet and we hang out in nightlife, they are amazing.
Yeah.
And I felt very welcome
Yeah.
this past year, very very welcome, and from very different like circles, because that's one thing that like I'm nominated breakthrough artist on Glam Awards, and one thing that I really like enjoyed during this year, I worked with every circle in New York.
Yeah.
Because there's of course very different circles. The Manhattan drag queens, the Hell's Kitchen bars, the downtown like the West Village bars, the Brooklyn bars, the like the I don't know, like the on top girls.
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
I work with everyone in every different environment, and there's not a lot of drag queens that can say that.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's very easy for you to get stuck and only work in the same bars every week and only work with the same people, and that's why my name was spread so fast in New York. And there's a lot of people like, oh my god, how you made your name so well known in New York for a year.
Yeah.
It's because, and it will be very easy for me to get weeklies because pays
Yeah.
money and like pays the rent, but I got my name out so fast in New York because I didn't add any
really
weekly.
connecting with a bunch of
So
people.
I was working every week in different parties for different audience and with different queens and with different hosts and with different DJs and everything, which makes your name get to spread more. If I had like 2 weeklies, I will get comfortable because I will be like, oh, I don't need to chase. I already can pay my rent at 2 weeklies. Like I'm okay. I will work with the same week with the same people to the same audience, and
Yep.
my name will be like in that club
Right.
with that people, with that coworkers. So I think like working with every circle, and I literally work with every circle. I was making that count. I think I worked this past year in like 35 venues in New York.
Yeah, that's
40
fucking
venues. That's
crazy.
insane.
That's
like with every
insane.
possible venue
Yeah.
I worked. From hotels, from like the bougiest hotels, from the I was about to say dirtiest, but I'm not gonna say that word. To the smallest drag bar in Brooklyn, I did everything.
Yeah. Well, I think that's important in general, period. Like to anyone moving here, wanting to be in nightlife, just in general, to be honest, like just be nice and like try to make friends in different circles, because you never know who, like how someone can help you or what that connection can bring. Whether that be like a work connection or just like a friendship connection, period.
But I'm not gonna be stupid and say like, oh yeah, just do it like me. Like I never show up to parties in drag to be seen. But that was my experience, and because I had a very strong Instagram, because I know that like people that are showing up to New York, even drag queens, even more drag queens that are showing up right now and people don't know them and they want to get a gig, they need to show up in drag and be nice and make friends, because you don't know where the gig and the booking can come from.
Yep.
I never did it, but that's probably like one of the easiest ways to do. Not the easiest. My way was easier than that, but it's one of the ways to give it. Like show and drag, give like put everything on yourself, show up, be nice with the promoters, introduce yourself to the producers. Like, hi, I'm Jazmine. Nice to meet you. I just moved to New York. Whenever you have like an open date, I would love to work with you. That's how I think it's the way for like everyone that don't have a sickening Instagram like me.
Period. Well, you heard it here first, everyone.
Well, yes.
So we're gonna round out with some questions, just like a couple. What is something you think you could get canceled for?
My opinions.
Your opinions. How so? Like what
and
opinions?
Trying to defend people.
Okay.
I'm very like, if you're very nice with me and if you're I feel very supported by you. If you get into like a trouble online or if you like get canceled online, it's very like impossible for me to stay quiet. And sometimes like I don't want to feel like I'm in a prison, which is very like, it's very easy for you to feel it.
I love it.
It's very easy for you to feel like you're in a prison, like with this world, because you feel like I don't have an opinion. If I have an opinion, I'm gonna lose what I have. So I need to like be quiet, and that's the easiest way, and that's the way that everyone should do. I'm not saying that. I just like sometimes I wake up and I'm like, no, I have an opinion and I want to show my opinion, and sometimes that is kind of tricky. It is kind of
tricky, but I don't think that's the wrong way of doing it. Like,
I'm staying with my word.
Yes, you're staying with your
and
word
my
as
opinions.
You should. Yeah.
I don't want to be blank like a lot of drag queens in New York that I see zero personality. They can do the flips. They can do the death drops. They can too, but I see zero personality, zero charisma, and zero personality on them. Yeah. And I don't want that.
And you need charisma to couple with the
There's a
nerve
lot
and
of
talent. So you got a lot of nerve.
Nerve too.
Yeah.
There's a lot of drag queens. I don't care. Blank faces. Nothing. Yeah. You look at their faces. They are giving you the stunts on stage. I know a lot. They are giving you the stunts and everything. But the rest of that is blank.
Yeah.
Blank. I never wanted that to myself. And I will never be like that. Yeah. Never.
I love that. You are in your knowledge.
Maybe because they are afraid of showing themselves. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe they just don't have it.
Okay. Okay, last question. We're going to end it off with this. What is your favorite thing about me?
It was so good to be here today. My favorite thing about you.
Shouldn't be that hard.
I think you're very talkative. Which is very easy for you, I can tell, and which helps you a lot. The thing about you, I like that you have dreams. I like people that, I really like people that have dreams and they fight for themselves, and it's not a blank space in the future. There's a lot of people that you ask like, oh, what is your dreams for where do you see yourself in the next 10 years? I don't know. Yeah. I'm not dreaming about anything. I like people, and I like to surround myself with people that have dreams. They have like goals in life, and I think that's the thing that I like the most about you is you have goals in life, you have dreams, and you are chasing them.
I wasn't expecting you to be serious. I'm a chaser.
A chaser.
Your favorite thing about me is I'm a chaser. Wow, I wasn't expecting you to be so serious. That was really sweet.
Do you want to cry or put on your knees already?
I'm getting on my knees right after I end this.
Thank you so much.
Well, just my favorite thing about you, I think, is the same thing, actually. Oh. You, like, are so ambitious, but in such a good way. Like, you know what you're doing. You will try hard. And everything you do, you put, like, 110%. Like, every single time. And that's hard because like a lot of times like you're not going to get to where you want to be if you're not like putting in the effort, and you always put in the effort, and it shows.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Wow. We've never actually, I don't think, been that.
Oh, we had that. Yeah, we had a couple moments.
Yeah, we do.
When I was in your bed. Yeah. When you were in mine this morning, maybe.
In this morning.
And I'm not lying.
You're not.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me here. Yeah. It's always like good to talk and to like show a little bit more of personality, because I don't think on Instagram photos and even on the performances, you can see a lot of me, or you can see like how I talk, or how like expressive, or my like charismatic I am. So these kind of places are very important, and for people to get to know me. Yeah. So thank you so much for having me.
Of course, Jazz. Thank you for coming on.
Are we gonna start making out?
We're gonna start making out. This has been real, everybody. Goodbye.
Thank you so much.
You can sign us off with any last words that you have. Just just like say bye.
Thank you so much for being here. I'm a hooker and a sloppy slut. That's it.
Bye.